It kinda seemed like what he was saying might be right.
He made it sound like we're the baddies. I don't like it.
Are we the baddies? I love that meme. Ba-bum. It's almost like ripping away the perception of your actions are okay, like distorted glasses that allowed you to view your actions okay. I like agree with where chat is coming from when it comes to the big bads. But I'm looking at it more from the perspective of the Mementos requests, right? Because, like, when it comes to big bads like Kamoshida and Madarame, they are beyond scum. And when you're that bad of a person, you deserve punishment. And maybe that punishment can be that you lose some of your free will. You know, maybe that punishment is, like, that fits with the level of crime that you've committed to have some of your free will taken away. But then when you look at the Mementos requests, like the dude who's, like, bullying people and whatnot, the like, lesser crimes, you know, having your entire, like, your free will meddled with can be a little more, like, that might be going a little far. You know what I mean? That might be a little much as a result. And also, again, at the end of the day, we have the benefit of looking at it from the Phantom Thieves perspective. If you look at it from the perspective of people who don't know everything, again, as far as people from the outside looking in know who don't know about the Phantom Thieves, they're like, these people can go around changing the way people's minds work and how they think and act at any time, which is horrifying. Very, very scary thing to think about. And, you know, like, it's hard to justify something like that. At the end of the day, by the way, I'm not arguing against, like, hey, the Phantom Thieves are wrong. You know? Because, like, we're the Phantom Thieves, obviously. We're changing bad people's hearts. We're not, like, and for the lower Mementos requests, you know, those people, like, they feel regretful and they change their ways and all, but I imagine the majority of them don't, like, they're not like Kamoshida where they're like, hey, I'm gonna go turn myself into the cops and go to prison, probably for life or whatever. But it's still just, like, at the end of the day, the thing that's most interesting to me, and maybe a bit of it comes from my studying psychology in college, I just inherently am kind of, like, very wary and maybe even a little against the entire concept of messing with free will to any extent, you know? At the end of the day, I'm still like, the Phantom Thieves are doing the best they can, and what they're doing is overall right in the end. But if you really get down into the nitty-gritty of it, it's a real thought-provoker, basically. Especially, we won't see it until way, way later in the game, but one of the later points in the game kind of tackle it like the extreme version of the Phantom Thieves from the other direction. Hopefully I'll remember to talk about it when we get to that part of the game, because I don't want to spoil anything for people who haven't been through the game yet. But I think I talked about it in my original playthrough too, but maybe not as specifically, but it's just really interesting.
That stuff about the police, do you think it's for real?
It's more like forcing people to see their bad side and see if they can handle it. It is forcing people to see their bad side, but I don't really agree with you saying see if they can handle it. Because, like, it's not really a matter of them handling it. When you change someone's heart, they are automatically, like, they used to be like, I don't care that I'm acting bad. Like, surely Kamoshida and Madarame knew they were doing bad things. They just didn't care. The change of heart, like, rewires the way that they think to feel bad about it. Some people just do not feel bad about doing bad things, which is not a good thing, but that's, hey, baby, that's free will. You know what I'm saying? You know? We've been talking about this for too long. I need to continue playing the game. It's a really fun thought project. It's one of the reasons I really like Persona 5 Royal. It brings up questions like this that can be fun to talk about.
He can say whatever he wants. The justice of it all is something we can decide for ourselves.
Oh, sorry, I gotta go take a leak. Can you guys wait here? I'll be right back.
Oh my god. I'm gonna keep going, okay?
Oh, it's you. I'm glad I found you. I wanted to thank you in person. To paraphrase Hegel, Advancement cannot occur without both thesis and antithesis. My apologies. What I mean is that our discussion was quite meaningful. Few people around me are so willing to speak their minds as freely as you did earlier. Adults are only interested in using the young, while they simply do as the adults say.
Adult bad. Who needs all of this philosophical debate we've had for the last 15 to 20 minutes, chat? All you need to know is that adult bad. The end. That's the real story of Persona 5. No, it isn't, but it's funny to say.
There are too many irresponsible people in these modern times. I can understand why you'd support the Phantom Thieves. It's possible that this group is just as you believe, and they are truly acting with good intentions. Since they have special talents, I assume their hearts must be burning with a sense of justice and duty. But that justice is merely a facade, concealing their lack of true strength. That's why I believe if a truly powerful opponent were to corner them, they would flee without a second thought.
I think they'd fight to the end.
Oh, you really are intriguing. I bet you'd make for a worthwhile debate partner on the subject. If it's all right with you, would you continue sharing your thoughts with me?
Dude, I've never paid this much attention to it, but I love Akechi's tie. And is his tie actually a reference to later in the game? Again, for the sake of people that haven't seen through the game before, because I know there's at least one person watching this playthrough that hasn't seen through all the game yet. Is Akechi's tie actually a reference to you-know-what? People who have played the game before know exactly what I'm talking about. I have never noticed that until just now. It has to be, right? There's no way that that color scheme was completely by chance. You do not have a black and white striped tie like that unless you're trying to get that point across. There's no way. That's actually amazing. I love it. Dude, I'd love to.
Thank you. That's great news. I sense something in you that's quite different from other people.
Yeah, I'm a wild card. That's what you're sensing.
I guess you can call it my detective's intuition. Kidding, of course.
Left hand shake? Akechi is left-handed, is he not? It makes sense that he'd go for a handshake with his left hand.
I can't believe you evaded the police's network until today. The only logical explanation is that someone in the police has ties to the Phantom Thieves. Explain yourself.
I am thou, thou art I. Thou hast acquired a new vow. It shall become the wings of rebellion that breaketh thy chains of captivity. With the birth of the Justice Persona, I have obtained the winds of blessing that shall lead to freedom and new power.
Do left-handed people typically shake with their right hand as well? Just another case of the poor left-handed people being marginalized and beaten down by our society that focuses on those that are right-handed. And to that, I have just this to say. Should have been born right-handed. What were you thinking when you were born being left-handed? That was crazy of you. 90% of the population is right-handed. Like, what were you thinking? It would have been way more convenient for you if you were just right-handed from birth. Like, come on, man.
All right.
I was born left-handed? You should have thought twice, chat. You should have thought twice.
Ah, yes. We should exchange contact info. And registered.
It is so easy to get people's phone numbers in this game. Imagine being born, I know, right? What a horrible decision.
Well, I hope to see you again sometime soon.
Yo, same.
A detective's intuition, huh? We shouldn't underestimate that. On the the other hand, there's an awful lot we could learn from him. If he contacts you, try hanging out with him.
Sorry for taking so long. Wait, was that Akechi?
Isn't Justice also an auto rank up? In the original Persona 5, Justice is an auto rank up. In Persona 5 Royal, you have to rank up Justice 7 times? Justice is one of the confidants that has, because I think it's, who else is it? There are like 2 or 3 confidants that are a mix of hanging out and also story rank ups. Justice, I believe, has 2 or 3 rank ups that are determined by the story. Counselor, I believe, also has at least 1 rank up that is determined by the story. I think they might be the only 2. Every other confidant is either spend time with them or story-based, like entirely.
I can't stand that high and mighty attitude. Just breathing the same air as him makes me sick. Come on, let's go.
You don't deserve to breathe the same air as him, Ryuji. I'm sorry. You're also a good character, but you're not in the top 10. Don't step to my boy who's in the top 10. Like, come on now, man. Still my bro, though. Ryuji best bro? I don't know about that. He's up there. He's up there. Best bro, though? I got another character in my mind that, gets that. That Akechi scum, thinking about what he said, is just ticking me off again. He clearly tried to discredit everything we're doing, and he just had to say it on live TV, too. Don't be so sour. There are, without a doubt, people we've saved. Those people could not have been saved if not for the heroics of the Phantom Thieves. I am living proof of that. Aw, what a nice thing to say. Still, was what Akechi said at Akechi-kun? I wanted to say Akechi-san and it ruined me. Was what Akechi-kun said actually wrong? I feel like he had a point. He did have a point. That's the point. Why you gotta bring that up now? I mean, is it really okay to be doing this to people just because they're criminals? Doesn't it seem a little selfish? We are Phantom Thieves on. Yeah, they did go, I forgot actually, I think On is the one who brings it up the most as well, but they do actually go in on that idea a little bit, like, is it really okay to be messing with people's cognition like this? Or is that, like, is that going too far kind of deal? But unfortunately, they do kind of drop the idea a little later into the game. It could have been neat if they went a little deeper on it. I think it's still kind of there throughout the game as, like, overtone, but you kind of have to, like, it's not, like, explicit. You kind of just have to, like, draw the conclusions yourself kind of deal. I doubt everyone would forgive us for what we did to Madarame. Yet, I still decided that it was a necessary act. Kamoshida too, we weren't gonna do stuff to him through any kind of normal methods. That's true, but what do you think, Akira? Are we being selfish? I don't know about selfish. Selfish isn't... Akechi makes me so mad, man. He's just so perfect, it upsets me so much. He's not perfect, but man, he's cool. But, I don't like the term selfish here. I don't think selfish is like the moral quandary we're looking at in this lens. It's times like this I really do remember like being in my psych courses in college, and it really reminds me why I pursued psychology as a major. I really loved talking about stuff like this in psychology and philosophy courses in college. We're helping people. I guess I can't really think of any other way. I believe our best path forward is sticking to our justice, not that of the law. Have you never heard of Batman before, On? Shouldn't that be enough? And with the unanimous decision rule in place, I doubt we'll lose our way. Yeah, you're right. Sorry for bringing that up. And don't worry, I'm not thinking about quitting the Phantom Thieves or anything. Just you watch Akechi. Someday you're totally gonna see who was right. Okay, let's stop talking about this for now.
That Detective Akechi seems to have a lot of influence on the media. It'd be dangerous to get too close to him, but he may actually prove useful in some situations.
There are a bunch of rank 1s that happen during story progressions, if that counts. That's fair. Yeah, I hadn't considered that. You do unlock... I don't know. I guess I don't count unlocking the Confidant as, like, a rank up. Because, like... I don't know. I just don't really consider rank 1... Like... It's weird. I guess you could look at it where you're like, you start at confidant rank 0, and when you start the rank, you rank up to rank 1. But I guess in my brain, I just always looked at it as rank 1 doesn't really count, because that's the beginning. There is no, like, rank 0. When you first unlock a confidant, it's immediately like, boom, rank 1, there you go, which might happen from a story perspective, or might happen from you just going and hanging out with someone for the first time. So I guess that all depends on how you look at it. I could see an argument for either way, which is fair. I'm furious. Did you get stood up again by more random women on the internet? You heard what Akechi said, right, Kurusu? How dare he declare the Phantom Thieves are criminals? As the administrator of the Phantom Aficionado website, I can't stay quiet about this. I'm gonna show Akechi how people online really feel. Anyone with half a brain does not care about how people on the internet feel, like 9 times out of 10. At least not in aggregate. I will always stand by, like, online aggregate lists being literally worthless. I'll change up the survey question tomorrow morning. Justice is with the Phantom Thieves. Keep on doing what you do best.
Why is he, of all people, getting angry about this?
He's got a very parasocial relationship going on with the Phantom Thieves.
Anyway, he means the survey on the fan site, right? I guess we should look forward to it.
Prepare for the next op. Kawakami, we do have Temperance right now, if I'm not mistaken. We are probably just going to rank up Kawakami tonight, and probably if we can hang out with her tomorrow. I don't know when we're going to get hit with Third Palace story stuff, but...
Oh!
I will call Kawakami.
Hi!
Thank you for your call. I'm all your... Oh, it's just you. You know, I've been hearing Shibuya is getting more dangerous lately. I'm sure you pass by that area on your commute to school, but don't make too many detours, okay? Honestly, chat, for the next little bit, if we can make it happen, we will probably start hanging out with Kawakami every Friday and Saturday night, and then hanging out with Broshida every Sunday night. Like, our Friday, Saturday, Sunday nights might just kind of be decided for the next few in-game weeks. At least until we can get them fairly high.
Hey!
We can definitely afford to ignore Takemi for a little while. She's already, like, rank 7. What? You're really gonna request me? I'll be heading over right now, then. I'd appreciate if you cleaned up a little first. That'll make my job easier for sure. That kind of defeats the entire purpose of hiring a maid, in my eyes. See you later, Jet. Thanks for coming to stream. Enjoy your walk. I love cleaning sophisticated rooms like this. It gives me a sense of accomplishment. If it's for you, Master, I'll happily be covered in dust. But then, doesn't it pain your heart to see such a cute maid all dirty? I'll tell your boss. I feel nothing. I haven't felt any emotion in the past 4 years. I'm dying inside. It does. Aw, Master, even though your room is messy, your heart is so clean. I'll go ahead and get this over with then. This'll do, right? Keeping it a little messy for that shabby chic feel, you know? And now cleaning is complete. That is my bed. Oh, I'm exhausted. I'm not allowed to work overtime during weekdays, so I rush to my part-time job after class ends. On my off days, I have to prepare pop quizzes and homework assignments. And today, I had to clean bathtubs and walk dogs before coming here. To walk dogs? There's no time to rest. Man, this sure is one of the views of all time that Kawakami is unintentionally giving Joker right now. Is it not, chat? Speaking of pets, this room smells like a cat. I feed a lot of strays around my house. I was surprised that you requested me. I didn't think you actually would. You weren't expecting to do anything weird with me, were you? No? You can't prove that in a court of law. But just for future reference, what kind of weird things are you talking about? Huh. Gosh, I'm just a maid, so I don't really know. Anyway, let's stay under control and maintain our distance for the sake of our relationship. This is so funny knowing that by, like, rank 8 or 9, you can romance Kawakami. I think it's rank 9, isn't it? Yeah, sometimes I get confused with the older Persona games, because, like, in Persona 4, there isn't a strict romance rank, but in Persona 5, they made all of the romances rank 9 specific, didn't they? You always have the romance option on rank 9, and then you get a special rank 10, depending on if you romance them or not. But back in back in Persona 4, it could be like anywhere between rank 7 and 10, right? Yawn, I need a nap. Sorry, just give me 5 minutes, maybe 10.